Attention passionate Cleveland Browns fans. A major update just came straight from the AFC North that could completely change the course of the season. Something big is happening, and it could have a direct effect on the Browns' trajectory toward another potential Super Bowl run. We're talking about a shift in the balance of power within the Division 1 that could cause one of our biggest rivals to stumble hard in the coming years. But before we get into that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share this with your friends. Now, let's get to the facts. Deshaun Watson's experience has been an undeniable disaster for the Cleveland Browns, but his contract is even more damaging than expected. The Cleveland Browns and what they plan to do with the quarterback have been the talk of the NFL since even before the draft. Taking Dylan Gabriel out of Oregon in the 3rd round and the highly polarizing Shadur Sanders and the media circus that would surely follow him in the 5th certainly didn't help at all. These two rookies will now compete against veteran and former Super Bowl champion Joe Flacco and the promising 4th-year Kenny Pickett to be named the Browns QB1 for Week 1. This is expected to be a tough battle throughout all of training camp and the preseason, with no clear favorite in the competition as reflected in the latest betting odds. Clearly, when you look at Cleveland's salary cap chart, you see a different picture. Deshaun Watson, who tore his Achilles last season and re-injured it during rehab, was always seen as the Browns' quarterback of the future. Just look at the trade package they gave up to get him in the first place as proof of how highly they valued him back in 2022, trading away 3 first-round picks and much more draft capital to land him. If that's not proof enough, consider the massive 5-year $130 million fully guaranteed contract they signed him to after the trade. That deal was questionable even at the time, grew progressively worse as he struggled in Cleveland, and now has become a real burden in hindsight. NFL salary cap expert Joel Corey recently explained on 90.3 The Fan just how damaging Watson's contract is for the Browns. The problem is, if they don't do another restructure, they'll have a dummy year set up for 2030, so it's structured that way. You'll have $53.7 for $7 million in dead money when the 5 years are up. Going into the next leadership year, if they do a maximum restructure next year, they'll add $35.76 million in dead money, because they'll be pushing that cap space into future years, which would bring the total dead money to $89.507 million. There are no good options with this contract. Since arriving in Cleveland, Watson has played just 19 games over 3 seasons. That's less than a full season's worth of games. And in those games, his record is 9 wins and 10 losses, with a passer rating of 87. Those numbers are not franchise quarterback worthy, especially when you consider the expectations that came with that massive contract. Fans imagine Watson leading a Browns resurgence, bringing consistency, making deep playoff runs, maybe even securing a Super Bowl, but reality has been far more complicated. He's been battling injuries, most notably his 2nd Achilles injury, which has kept him sidelined and on the reserve list for the start of 2025. That injury, combined with the fact that Watson may not take the field at all next season, has raised serious questions about the future. It's not just about his health, it's also about the financial burden that his contract represents for Cleveland.